Okay, this exercise will teach us how to do expansion of brackets, or what we call polynomial expansion. Let's take a look at this question 1 here. You have x minus 2 in the first bracket, followed by x minus 3 in the other bracket. So what you need to do is, okay, you need to multiply and expand this bracket here. So how do we do that? First of all, we take a look at this x. And this first x, you need to multiply into this x and minus 3. So how do we do that? Okay, we can actually do this one. So x multiply with x. Okay, therefore you will be getting x squared. So the next step will be taking this x multiplied by negative 3. Okay, so the first, you need to multiply x with x to get x squared. The next one will be x multiplied by negative 3. Therefore, you are getting negative 3x. So once we have done with this value x, we move on to this value negative 2. So this negative 2, you need to multiply the next bracket with the x and also minus 3. So here you have minus 2 times x, you get minus 2x. And finally, minus 2 times minus 3. Minus 2 times minus 3, you get a positive of 6. So next we can simplify by combining these two values together here, these two values. So therefore you are getting minus 5x plus 6. So I have completed the expansion for question 1. Now we move on to question 2. First, you need to multiply x with this x and followed by x with this 5 here. So therefore you are getting x squared x times 5, you get 5x. Minus 2 times x, you get minus 2x. Minus 2 times 5, you get minus 10. We move on by combining these two values together. So this, when you combine, you get a 3x. And lastly, minus 10. Question 3. 3 multiplied by 3, you get the value of 9. 3 multiplied by p, you get the value of 3p. So here you have 9 plus 3p. Followed by the next one is p times 3, p times p. 3p plus p squared. So next we move on to the next step will be we combine these two values together. So you are getting 6p here, followed by plus p squared. Question 4. Here we have two variables, x and y. So 2x times 5x, you get 10x squared. Two x times negative 3y, you are getting minus 6y. So 3 times 2, you get 6. And then you have, you have another x here. Okay, so 2x times 3y, you get the value of 6xy here. So next we move on to the next 7y times 5x. You get the value of 35xy, followed by minus 7 times 3, you get 21y squared. Next, we move on to the simplifying further the value here. Okay. So the next line, you have this value without changing them, but you have minus 6xy plus 35xy. So therefore, you can combine both together to become plus 39xy. Okay, followed by minus 21y squared. The last question, question 5. Here you have numerous variable or two terms and 3 terms here. So first, you need to combine these two. Okay, followed by this one. And lastly, this one. So x times x squared, you get x cubed. X times negative x, you get minus x squared. X times 1, you get positive value of x. Next, we move on to the next here. 1 multiplied by x squared, you get positive x squared. Positive 1 times negative x, you get minus x. And lastly, 1 times 1, you get positive 1. So further simplifying this value, okay, so you have minus x squared and positive x squared here. Basically, they neutralize each other. And you have this plus x with negative x, they also neutralize each other. So therefore, the final answer will be x cubed plus 1. That's the final answer.